Hello, Stats Scholars. This is Mr. Fag, ready to help you with lesson 4.4. This is coming back to the Beyonce lesson to see if we can extend our knowledge a little bit. So if you remember, we listened to the song Crazy in Love. Oh, that was spot on. And we tried to estimate the average length of the words in the song. And first I let you pick the words. Pick any 5 words you wanted, and we averaged those, the length of those. And then the second time we actually did a simple random sample. So let's remind ourselves, how did we do this? First, we labeled each song with a number. Now, we didn't actually do this, but we had this provided for us here. There's 297 words in this song, so we numbered them. And then, the calculator's here. We did the random integer button next to produce 5 random numbers. We generated 5 random numbers and matched, hold up, I don't ever say this right. We did this. I knew I was getting ahead of myself. We just found the 5 numbers from our random integer button. So you might want to say like rand int here to remind yourself. And then we matched the numbers to 5 songs. I should add that we should make sure, not songs, words, to 5, we should make sure that they're unique words in the song, okay? And when we did that, we got a much more simple random sample where every word had a chance to be in our sample. How could you do it using slips of paper? You could also, there will most likely be an FRQ in May that says, how could you set up this to find 5 random words? So you could do this right there. You could also say, well, put every word, when I say put, I mean write every word, right, on a slip of paper. Two, put them in a bag, in a bowl, whatever. Put them in a bag, mix them up, right? And then 3, pick 5 slips or songs, or I keep saying songs, words from the bag. That would cover our bases. Now, these are both following this in the quick notes, how to select a SRS. Again, this is simple random sample. Number 1 is you label each individual with a number, whether or not you write each word on a piece of paper or you match them up like in that document. 2 is critical. It has to be a randomized selection process, either using the random integer button or mixing up the slips of paper in the bag and then drawing it. Those are 2 common ways. And then finally, you pick the individuals that match up with the words or just the slips of paper that you drew out. Okay. When we did that, we got 5 words, and you looked at them. You got the length of each word, and you got the average. It wants you to copy your dot plot from lesson 4.2. So I have most of them here. I have third hours here. This was third hours. Um, you have it probably in your notes, but this one was pretty obviously skewed right. Here is fifth hours. This one, I don't know. We said it was kind of skewed right, but this, even as you see these, here's sixth hour. Even as you see these, do you notice they're not all the same? And that's to be expected. This is a random process every single time you do it. So you're going to get different results. But anyway, in second hour, sorry, I don't have yours. I think I deleted it, but you can go find yours. So for the purposes of today, for my lesson, I'm gonna do this. This is just a possible one, okay? And there you have it. Now, here's a vocab word that I kind of just said. Sampling variability. Why did like third hours and fifth hours and sixth hours all look different? Because of this. This is a random process. Every single sample can have a different estimate. I've had some classes where kids at 6.5 and 7. It's not likely, but it happened. Um, some classes where most of the dots were sticking way up here in the middle, even higher. That's called sampling variability. Okay. So here's this sample. When we took 5 words from the song, um, then, there. This one would be, if you do a quick Bisco, variability would be a range of about 3. I'll put squiggly 3 because it goes from about 5.5 to 2.5. I'm not going to quibble over the little decimals. Shape. This is, um, if I'm being picky, maybe it's skewed right, slightly skewed right. Okay. Then to get the median, I should, to get the center, I should find the median. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 26. So this particular class had 26 data points, so I'm going to count in 13. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Right there. So the median would be right there. So about, just a little over 3.5. So for my money, I'm just going to say the center, the C, is about 3.5, maybe 3.55. Sure. Outliers, maybe 1. Maybe at 5.6, this dot right here. Okay. Choose a dot in the dot plot. So I chose one, this one here. You pick one on yours, circle it. What does it mean? It means, remember, each dot, when you guys went up to the board, you put your dot on the board. So what did that mean? I pre-wrote it down here, so I can just use this in the moment. Each dot is from a random sample, okay? It's a random sample of 5 words from the song, and this particular sample had an average word length of 5.6. Just that one sample, okay? And these samples all have different results. Again, back to sampling variability. Okay. I think my AirPods just died. Hold on, let me make sure you guys can still hear me. Okay, I think this should work. Just don't want to get the video done. You can't hear a thing. All right, now here's what we're going to do next. The question is today, really, if I go back and I increase the sample size from 5 words to 10 words, what is going to happen? So I'm going to carry out and just show you how to do 10 words. If you know how to do 10 words, you can just move on. But Then what you will do at the board is you will go up and write your sample dot up here on the board, okay? And then you'll be able to answer number 6. So what we have is I need to go back to my song. I need to get 10 words, so math probability number 5, 1 to 297, comma 10. And what do I got? Oh, I'm gonna have to write these down. This is kind of, I'm gonna do them one at a time, just for my presentation. I'm gonna do one at a time, 1 to 297. So the first word is the 240th word. So this is what you're going to do. So that is the word my. M-Y. Okay? So I'm going to, for my money, I'm just going to say, okay, 2 plus. And then I'm going to go back. This is going to take me a while. So if you want to totally just fast forward, you sure can. I'm going to enter it again. The number is 273. So for me, that's the word fool. That's 4 letters. 2 plus 4. I'm getting an average of these. Do it again. Word 21. Word 21 is leave. Looks to me like 5. Okay, plus 5. Word 282. Something that could easily get lost in what I'm doing right now is I might not know if I've done a repeat. You do not want to repeat. The word don't has 4 letters. I'm not going to do the punctuation. Kind of hard to do, trying to do split screen, sorry. 157 is next. And 26, let's see if I can do 2 at a time. 157, that word is, so that's 2 letters. And then word 26 is 2, so that's 2 more letters. So 2 and 2 plus 2 plus 2. So I've got 6. Let's go to 58 and 197. 58 is the word blame, so that's 5. 197 is my, so 2. And it was blame, right? Man, I got a bad 5 and 2. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I need 2 more. 265 and 104. 104 is me, so that's 2. And 265 is best, so 4. So 2 and 4 are my last 2 numbers. Now you're doing this for yourself, okay? Plus 2 plus 4. So now I've got 10 numbers that I am averaging. Okay. What's my numerator? 6, 11, 15, 17, 19, 24, 26, 28, 32. 32 divided by 10 is 3.2. So I would go to the board and put my dot there. Now, what I said also to make the graph a little cleaner, I'm going to just round this to the nearest number here, the nearest one of these, just to make it cleaner. So I would go to the board and put my dot at 3. Okay? And now all of you need to do this, okay? And then you will have a plot that you can look at. I'm going to use this pre-made one for this lesson, okay? And just go with it, okay? Now, you should have something somewhat similar to mine, but again, yours will be different because there's variability. So let's see what we have here for the mine here, okay? Now there's 10 numbers represented by every single dot, right? Not up here, not like up here where there were 5. Every dot represented an average of 5 words. Now every dot represents the average length of 10 words. How is the dot plot different? How do these compare? Okay. Let me scooch this up here for, yeah, I don't know if we even need that. You've got your own work, so I'm gonna just ditch it. So let's just look at how variability, shape, center, and spread compare. How does VSCO compare? Here, variability now is from about 4.5 to 2.5. So my range is 2. My shape, if I drew a curve over the top of it, what would you think? This is rather symmetric. My center, again, I believe this is 26 dots. So if I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, there's my median would be in between these two. Let me make sure it's 26 dots. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Oh, I was wrong. There's 30 dots in this sample. So if there's 30 dots, my median is 15 in each way, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So the median would be right here between these two. So it would be smack dab at 3.5. Median is 3.5. Outliers? None. Okay. I'd say none. So how do these compare? The range was 3 and now it's 2. So the number one thing I'm noticing is the variability decreased. Okay. This is a theme for the rest of the year. This was a sample of size 5. These dots were all samples of size 10. That will always decrease variability. Always, always, always. Because your samples will, if you take more data, they will become closer and closer to the middle. Up here, when you only had 5 words, if you had a really big word or a couple really big words, it would pull your number up. But now when you have 10 words down here, if you got one really big number, or really big word, I should say, with like 6 letters in it, it will not have as big of an impact because it's being divided by 10. It's being averaged over 10. So the variability decreased. The shape, this is big. The shape became more symmetric, like the bell curve. That's another theme for the entire year. As the sample size grows, this was slightly skewed. That skew starts to go away, and you start to get a nice, neat bell curve. The center, here's the kicker, the center didn't really move. I mean, look, here it was right a little above 3.5, and here it's right at 3.5. I mean, you could argue it changed a little, but it did not really move. The center remained the same. And that's huge, folks. And then lastly, outliers will be fewer with larger sample sizes. And this kind of agrees with that. We had definitely right here, up here, it looks like that's an outlier. So I said maybe 5.6. Down here, they're tighter, right? The spread decreased. The dots came in closer to the center. Therefore, there's not as high of a chance of getting an outlier. So there you go, folks. Here's some more quick notes. Talked about this, but over here, I also talked about sampling variability. Every sample that you guys each take has a different estimate, and then you go to the board and put your estimate on the board. And then this is huge. As the sample size increases, the variability of the estimates that we put on the board go down. All right, folks. That's all I got for you. Bye-bye.